Hello, everyone. Today, we delve into two significant events dominating global headlines. First, Donald Trump's unexpected strategy in the Ukraine conflict, called Europe against Europe, has sparked heated debate. With his 800-mile buffer zone plan, Trump shifts the responsibility for peace to Europe. Is this a smart move, or does it risk destabilizing NATO and regional security? Meanwhile, South Korea is grappling with an unprecedented political crisis as its National Assembly issues an emergency arrest warrant for the president on charges of treason. What led to this historic event, and how might it impact regional stability amid threats from North Korea? Let's explore these explosive developments right now.
1. Donald Trump's 800-mile buffer zone, Europe against Europe. MC2. Donald Trump's Europe against Europe strategy centers on a bold plan to create an 800-mile, over 1,200 kilometers buffer zone between Russia and Ukraine. This is not just a new policy, but a fundamentally different approach to resolving the conflict. Key features of the buffer zone strategy: Europe's responsibility. Trump calls on countries like Poland, Germany, the UK, and France to deploy troops to patrol and secure the buffer zone. No direct U.S. involvement. Despite being a major provider of aid and weapons to Ukraine, the U.S. will neither send troops nor bear the financial cost of maintaining this buffer zone. Reflecting America First policy, Trump's approach aims to reduce Europe's dependence on the U.S. while prioritizing domestic American interests. Trump's team statement: "We're not sending Americans to keep peace in Ukraine, nor are we paying for it. Let the Poles, Germans, British, and French handle it." This plan aligns with Trump's broader America First vision, signaling to Europe that they must take responsibility for their conflicts. International reactions. Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky warned at the European Political Community Summit in Budapest that conceding to Russia would be suicidal for Europe. Russia. President Vladimir Putin mocked NATO, claiming that without U.S. leadership, the alliance would struggle to maintain its influence. Europe. Some European leaders, particularly in the UK, criticized the buffer zone plan as giving Russia a strategic advantage and potentially dividing Ukraine's territory. The Washington Post quote, "This strategy is a bold gamble. If successful, it could redefine Europe's role in global security. But if it fails, it risks weakening NATO at a critical juncture."
While Trump is reshaping America's international role, South Korea is facing a historic crisis threatening the stability of its democracy. 2. The arrest of South Korea's president, a nation in turmoil. MC1. South Korea is experiencing a major political crisis as its president has been arrested following the declaration of martial law to suppress growing protests. What led to the arrest? Martial law. The president implemented martial law to control escalating anti-government protests, but this move was seen as a power grab and a violation of basic freedoms. Treason charges, allegations of abuse of power and collusion with foreign entities have fueled public outrage. National Assembly action. In an emergency session, the National Assembly approved the arrest warrant with overwhelming support. Public reactions. In Seoul, protests erupted in Gwanghwamun Square, with some celebrating the arrest as a triumph for democracy, while others expressed concerns over potential instability. Regional impact. Allies such as the US and Japan are closely monitoring the situation, fearing it might embolden North Korea or disrupt regional security agreements. Reuters quote, "The arrest of a sitting president is unprecedented in South Korea's history and could set a dangerous precedent for future administrations." Concerns over future governance. The arrest of South Korea's president has sparked a broader discussion about the resilience of the country's democratic institutions. While many view the swift action by the National Assembly as a necessary measure to uphold accountability, others fear it sets a dangerous precedent that could destabilize the executive branch. The delicate balance between maintaining law and order and ensuring the rule of law is now under intense scrutiny, particularly in a country where democratic principles have been hard-earned following decades of authoritarian rule. One of the most pressing questions is how this event might influence future administrations. Legal experts warn that arresting a sitting president, especially under emergency circumstances such as martial law, might embolden political opponents to exploit legal systems for partisan purposes. When the lines between justice and politics blur, democracy itself becomes vulnerable, a South Korean political analyst told Reuters. Critics argue that this could lead to a cycle of instability as leaders become increasingly wary of strong executive decisions, fearing retribution once out of office.
As South Korea grapples with this crisis, it highlights shared challenges faced by global leaders during times of uncertainty. 3. Comparing crises. Lessons for global governance. MC2. Both Trump's strategy and the political crisis in South Korea reveal significant challenges in global governance. Common themes. Alliance challenges. NATO is grappling with internal divisions, while South Korea faces political instability. Leadership styles. Trump's decisive approach contrasts with the actions leading to South Korea's presidential downfall. Public influence. Public opinion has been a decisive factor in shaping the outcomes of both crises. The Economist quote, "These crises underscore the importance of strong institutions and adaptive leadership in navigating global unpredictability." A broader perspective on global crises. Both crises highlight a deeper trend, the erosion of trust in traditional governance structures and alliances. As global challenges grow more complex, the ability of institutions to adapt and remain resilient is being tested. For NATO, the shift in U.S. priorities under Trump serves as a wake-up call for Europe to reassess its role in global security. In South Korea, the crisis underscores the importance of creating robust mechanisms to hold leaders accountable without destabilizing democratic institutions. These situations present a unique opportunity for reflection and reform, urging global leaders to prioritize transparency, collaboration, and adaptability. Today's events show how the world is undergoing profound changes. From Trump's bold strategy to South Korea's crisis, global leaders face unprecedented challenges. What do these decisions mean for NATO's future, Asian regional security, and global democracy? Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analyses in our upcoming episodes. See you next time.